All right, what's up, guys? Today's day 145. 45. Yeah, 145 of grinding until I become a millionaire. These are just my daily check-in videos where I update you guys on what is going on in my life and how I'm getting closer to that goal of becoming a millionaire. It felt like I was really far from it, and then like getting on track, not getting there, but getting on track, and then now I don't know, man. These last few days have been pretty stressful. I mean, all the days have been stressful. I just feels like it never actually like gets solid. Like right when I feel like things are going in the right direction, it's like a curveball comes along, and I gotta fight the curveball. And so it's just, I mean, I guess that's life. That's how life is. That's how it goes. You can't do everything perfect, and you definitely have to pivot and change. And anyway, so that's what this is. Let's just run through, I guess, what I did today, and then kind of where I'm at with the goal and what I'm working on. So today I woke up, took the dog out, and I spent all day pretty much sitting right here on my ass working on this stuff all day, just about all day. Like, let me double check. But damn near all day. If I recorded anything significant. Oh, I went down to the farmer's market, saw my my barbecue sauce family. I'm working with them to grow their socials. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting. He's 75, and they do homemade barbecue sauce, but they're at the farmer's market every weekend. So I go down there and say what's up, check on them, see what's going on. One thing, it's kind of funny. So the guy that owns the barbecue sauce has been filming reviews from people, essentially, and they're all cool with it, right? They're all cool. Like, hey, he sends me one, and he's just holding the camera, and they're like, this is great barbecue sauce. I'm like, this is sick, right? And then I went down there today, and he was talking about how to cook the chicken. I just started filming him talking, like him, not even the lady he's talking to. She's all being fucking weird, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I give up. This can't happen, whatever. And then I see these videos on Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out how, like the Jimmy dude that's like, just goes into a store, and he's like, oh, hey, I'm poor. Can I have free food? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, here's $1,000, I'm like trying to figure out how the hell is he filming that? Like, does he just have his phone strapped on his chest? Or, because if I try and stand here and act like I'm not filming, you can tell I'm filming. Like, oh yeah, I'm not filming you. I'm definitely filming you, So like, how do you do it? Do you just hold it normal? Because like normal is not up here, and I'm tall. So if I just had it down at my arm, it's like, it just doesn't work. So I don't understand what's going on with that, but I need to get better about that. I'm going to try and do the daily check-ins again. But anyway, what I was getting at is like, I don't know how this guy gets testimonials from people just fine. Me, I can't even secretly film somebody and secretly film by somebody. Anyway, it's frustrating. So then came back here, worked on the website a lot. So like, I think I mentioned to you guys a while ago, I've been trying to work with Go High Level, right? That's like one of the things that I've been trying to work on and get it set up so that I could do web hosting and resell web hosting. And if I build the website for them and then they do the hosting through me, I'll charge them, more than the hosting costs me. But if I do that at scale, like it could pay for SaaS mode of Go High Level, and then I can resell other services. Like, oh, you get the website through me, you get the hosting through me. We'll link up Google My Business. We'll link up review automation, like do all of those things for a low price. And I don't know, in my head, it makes sense. But now after this website build, I built a website for somebody and then got them on Go High Level paying me a monthly fee. And then I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you want a course? Like, cool. Let's set up a course. And I go, you want this? Cool. Let's set this up. And my to-do list, man, it's been a lot more stressful than I think it should have been. And now if I do websites for people, I'm just going to slap the website and be done. But I also only charge $600 for the website, and it's a nice looking site, very fluid, like animations, like it's nice. I met somebody at a networking event that does websites. He said he charges $2,500 to do the websites. I did $600, and nothing against him. His websites are fine. They do what they need to do. But this one that I built for $600 is way better. Look wise, aesthetics, way better. Now speed, probably not, but anyway, look wise, it's way better. And it's 600. He's charging 25, and he's selling websites. So it's like my head, I just need to do better at selling stuff. And I don't know what is wrong with me. I feel like it's not that hard. And then it is hard. It's really hard. I don't get it. Like couldn't even sell as many websites as he's doing. Now it doesn't seem like he's probably not super busy, but another guy's doing them for 1,600. So anyway, 600 is super cheap to do one. It's just all about finding the people. And I'm hoping as I network and as I meet more people, it gets easier to connect with them and easier to sell my services. But I'm also like at a crossroads with that. I'm trying to figure out what pricing plans do I want to go for and how do I want to maneuver this whole thing, because it seems like there's so many different ways that I can market what I do, right? And you never know which way is the right way. And so you're kind of just playing with different ways until something eventually works out. And that's a frustrating way to do things. It is very frustrating because it's like, oh, well, what if it doesn't work out? Anyway, I spent a lot of time on the website and setting up Go High Level. The win for me on there was setting up a website or a social media audit funnel, essentially, because my flow is like I'll post a post in a Facebook group and I'm like, hey, I'm looking at, like, I do social media for small businesses. Boom. 50, 60 comments of people like, interested, message me, interested. Message all the people, like 10% of them actually respond. I think Facebook puts me in Facebook jail for sending that many messages. But then out of those that respond, I'm like, hey, like, are you currently doing your social media yourself? What are some of your struggles? What are you looking to outsource? And then like, it usually doesn't go anywhere, which is frustrating because I'm not sure, should I hit them with the like, here, I'll take all this off your hands, here's my price? Or do I like ask them questions, kind of lead them into it? I'm like, I don't know. It seems like it doesn't work either way. So now what I'm thinking of doing is I set up a thing in High Level to just capture their name and their email address and then send them to a link to Fantastical, which is what I've started using now for like to-do list and just my calendar. I don't know if I should, but anyway, we'll figure that out later. Here's what I do. I try so hard to make something work one way, and then I get everything that I need to make it work, and then I'm like, it wasn't really worth it. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to start using the Reminders app instead of the Things app. This is Things right here, for like all my to-dos and just keeping track of everything. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but this is Things, and I love it, and I've used it forever. But then I just wanted to be able to just be like, hey Siri, add this to my reminders, and then have it there. And I can't do that with Things. It doesn't work. It's real clunky. So I was like, okay, I'll start using the Reminders app. And then I was like, well, it's kind of annoying that reminders don't sync to my calendar, because I like to put everything on my calendar that I need to get done and then move through it. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll do reminders. And I'm like, oh, Fantastical does that. And it's like a few dollars a month or $60 a year or something like that. And I'm like, that's worth it. And then I start using that kind of flow, and I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Having reminders on the calendar is kind of a pain in the ass. So now I'm back to using Things again. And I do that with a lot of things. I'm like, oh, I need to make this work this way. Boom, boom, boom. I spend all this time making it work. And then I'm like, meh, it doesn't really matter that much. So anyway, Fantastical has a thing very similar to Calendly. It doesn't let me collect their information per se, which is okay, because I'd much rather go this route. I think it's a lot smoother than setting up calendar integration, which I set up calendar integration in High Level. So it could work that like lead, calendar, call, and it's all through High Level, but it's real clunky. I use my iCloud calendar. It doesn't support that as like an external calendar to put the meetings back on, I think is I don't know. Something was all funky. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll do this. But name, email address, captures the lead, puts them into my pipeline as a social media audit. the lowest price that I'm doing now is going to be $650, and I'm not going to post this. So I'm going to try and sell it that way, because my first two clients, all three, I was like, yeah, I'll post for you. And the amount of content that I post is depending on the budget. And I think that's a good way to do things. But what I've found is, like, for just three clients, for posting every other day, essentially, even if the days are offset, like, I'm spending a couple hours a day posting on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and doing it all individually instead of scheduling, because it doesn't work as good scheduling. I don't feel like I get the same interaction. And it's just a lot of going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, this is not super scalable and it's taking up a lot of time. So I'm going to try and sell it in a way like, boom, here's a folder, here's 15 pieces of content. I'll work with you through the month to help you create more content on your own, but here's all this content, so you just have stuff to post no matter what. And that's how I want to do things. I don't want to be stuck posting it unless it's like, I don't know, like a $3,000 a month plan, something really substantial where it's worth my time to do those posts and then be in the accounts, engaging and everything like that. But anyway, I'm just going to try and sell $650, $1,000, and then what they get depends on that. And so the funnel looks like now, and I'm trying to think of what the funnel is, so I don't have this constant back and forth where it's like, okay, I got all these leads. Now let me go through. Let me spend 3 days like messaging them, setting up calls, talking to them, seeing what they need. Okay, boom. No clients. Now let's go back and get more leads. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, finally got a client. Like, let's go. Now we film. Now we edit. Now we get all that content going. Now I don't have any leads coming in. Like, it's just a shitty back and forth situation, and I hate it, and it's really frustrating. So I'm trying to figure out how to minimize that from happening. And so with this funnel, it's like all I need to do, or all I need a VA to do, is find people on Facebook, Instagram that own a business, that want to do a social media audit, get them on the call, do the audit, talk to them about their socials, ask more questions, learn more about it. If they want me to take over everything for them, boom, here's the price. It's like a sales call. I can actually talk to them. I can ask questions. I can learn a lot about what they have going on, and then just, move on from there, versus message, ghost. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I thought you were interested. I feel like if I can get them on the call, do an audit, give them like a free piece of actionable things that they can do to improve their socials, throw them in here in the pipeline thing, and just leave them in the nurture section where I check up on them every so often if they don't close, is a lot more beneficial. And then I can have, like I said, a VA in the Facebook groups, responding to posts, sending messages to people who comment on my posts, and like just get them to book the social media audit. And because in a perfect world, I'm spending my time doing those audits and working with my clients, and somebody else is getting those audits lined up, is sending out the messages, is responding to the messages, sending that link, getting everything lined out. So I think that's how it's going to work. I'm going to play with it. I sent 4 or 5 messages today to people, got one to book an audit. And so we'll see. We're going to do that Monday and see what happens with it. There's a few calls I need to make still, but they're not formed as like an audit. It's just like, hey, yeah, let's talk Monday. I'll get on the call with you. So I don't know how to frame it and what to expect, but we'll see. We'll just fucking wing it. See what happens, can't go wrong. And then the other side of it is the listing side, the directory side, and of the site, so audits, all that. But now it's getting complicated, because the more I work with other people and network and meet more people, like there's people I think that are way ahead of me, that have more resources than me, that I could potentially work with and leverage those resources to grow what I'm trying to grow and help them grow their thing. And so kind of banking on that without knowing what direction I'm going to go has slowed down a lot of the other stuff that I would have been working on. Because here's the deal, that just today, man, I just felt like this frustrating thing. Like, I have so much to do, but I don't know what it is. Like I have so much that is just constantly in my head that I'm like, oh my God, I need to do this. I need to do this. But then when I sit down and I look at my to-do list, there's not that much in there. And I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? What am I missing? What's going on? So it's like that feeling. And so what I had to do is I went to my little to-do list and I went to my maintain section and just listed out things that I want to do every day, no matter what. And it's like, it's that flywheel concept, right? If I just do everything, if I do every single thing that I think I need to do to take myself and my business to the next level, and I just do it, then everything else is secondary. And so what I got is walk Joey. That's important. First thing in the morning. I want to start going back to the gym. I know it looks like I haven't gone in so long. I've been slacking. I want to get back. I want to go to the gym every morning. I want to read. Got so many books I need to read. Just a chapter, just 5 pages, just something. Just read the damn books. And then want to spend that time booking the audits. So just getting on there, reaching out to businesses, reaching out to people like, hey, boom, come here and book. And just do that like hours a day, I think would be great if I block off 2 hours a time. And adding listings to the website, getting those on there, reaching out to people who want to be added to the listing, getting their information, building that connection, and then engaging on social media. And aside from that, I can't think of too much else that I need to spend my time on growing these businesses. Like it just, in my head, if I'm spending time booking the audits and interacting with people in the groups and everything like that, and like building those connections and booking the audits, I'm slowly gathering customers, I think. And if I'm spending that time adding people to the website, getting their businesses listed, building those connections, I think that that's also doing the same thing. A lot of my clients came from doing that, and then I haven't been doing that in a while because I'm not sure what's going on, if I'm going to keep going with this site or work with another site. It's just, there's so much uncertainty. But anyway, I just feel like if I just keep doing those things, no matter what, everything's going to be good. And I also need to build up the brand, the Showcase brand, to actually showcase the local businesses and stuff in the area. And so it's like the flip side. I've got two sides of it where I need to give marketing advice. I need to be a marketing expert for these small businesses, but I also need to have a platform that has followers of people who aren't businesses to highlight the businesses too. And that's where it gets tricky because the content doesn't necessarily overlap. And I'm going to keep it all under one brand and see what happens. Like grow it with the content, grow it with the highlights, and go from there. But that might change in a month. That might change in a week. I don't know. But it's like I just felt like I had to sit down and look at what I have going on, and then look at what I'm spending my time on and what is the most beneficial. It's been about a month. I haven't had a new client, I guess maybe it was similar. I had the first two for a month, and I got a third one, then had this one for a month, and maybe I'll get a fourth one, maybe not. Maybe it's going to dry up soon. I'm not 100% sure. I hope it doesn't. But anyway, if I just keep doing those things, I think everything's going to work out. But with a bigger focus. So I guess I hired a coach. I'm not making a ton of money, and I had to pay taxes on the 15th. I'm doing my taxes the fucking day before they're due, and I get it all done to put in my write-offs, and it's like $1,300. I owed $1,300. I've never owed that much in my life. Usually I just, I get it close to where like I even out or have a small loss. This year I didn't have a small loss, and I had to pay, which is good because every few years you got to win. But this year is going to be even worse. Like this year I'm going to make way more money than last year, and that's stressful for paying taxes. So I just got to put the money aside. But anyway, I had to pay like $1,000 in taxes that I just, luckily had, but now I got nothing. And I hired a coach that I pay to help me come up with stuff and help me just pick my brain. And that's been really beneficial, actually. Just we had one session Monday, and she's like, "Are you posting on social media?" And I'm like, "Fuck, no." She's like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "Look, when all I do all day is social media for other people, the last thing I want to do is do my own social media. And she's like, well, you should be doing your own social media. And I'm like, yeah, you've got a good point. So that's one thing that I think I need to hit super hard to grow the brand for the businesses that I feature and put on there. And I also really want to get going podcast on it hard, like just full digital side of that whole brand. Now I'm going to have to invest like probably $1,000 to set this up into like a kind of nice podcast area. Like I want to have, I guess I have another mic. I'll need 2 arms. I want to get another Blackmagic, I think, with the lens, which is another $2-3 grand, just to have 3 cameras set up. Like I'll have the Sony, and then I'll have a Blackmagic, just have 3 cameras going to record these interviews. Like I want it to be good, and I want it to be like, it's just, it'll be so much more powerful if I can just be like, hey, business owner, like, let me get you listed on my site. Let's do a social media audit. Let's get you on the podcast next week. Let's sit down and talk. Because from there, it's just going to be so easy to have a relationship. And if they need, I don't want to sell people who don't need social media. I want to sell social media to people who need it, who are too busy running their business, and who I can actually generate leads and views for. And I can find those people a lot easier, I think, by putting them on the podcast. I think. So anyway, there's so many different layers to it and things that I'm working on. And I got to just remind myself, one step at a time, just keep doing those small things every day. Things will compound, things will get bigger, and everything's going to work out just fine. Okay. Everything's going to be fine. Now, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I got for day 145. I've got to round out with some, if I'm going to do these daily, I'd like to put up like marketing advice tips on bro, I've got so many YouTube channels, and I want to start posting again. I want to start writing and posting that stuff again. Like, man, a few more clients, 2 more clients. I'm going to quit Olive Garden. Won't serve anymore. I'm already down to like 20 hours a week, probably less this week. And I probably need to work more. Quit Olive Garden. I'll have more time back. 2 more clients on top of that. I'll hire a full-time editor for my stuff, just someone to edit these videos, put them out, thumbnails, publish, all that. And then I could do BMX, then I could do the other brand. Like, just, I've got so many channels I'm trying to juggle, and maybe that's my problem, man. I just spread myself too thin. But anyway, it's fine. It is totally fine. I've got it set up really good now. I just need to find more clients, film the clients, get their content going, and get this new workflow figured out. So anyway, that was day 145. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm like, consistency. One of our mastermind breakfast meetings, we talked about consistency, and I got to get back on that. Like, just no matter what. It's 12:33. I got to film a couple more videos. I got to cut this up. I got to get it going on YouTube. I got to get it put into Opus, so I have clips tomorrow morning. I got to do all these things, man, and I need to quit fucking slacking. Quit slacking. I was filming an event for helping like another mentor of mine film an event, and God, I hope I didn't mess it up too bad, but it was a scale conference, and the guy that put it on is a roofer. He did like, his company did like 26 million last year. It was actually solid, solid event. I would have paid money for it, honestly. Like, I was sitting there, I was like, I got some good value. But one of the big things that I noticed with those guys is like, they just do the work. They're all 75 hard guys. They're all like Andy Elliott type, just do the work. And it's like, I'm kind of like, a lot of those guys are way over here, like 75 hard, Andy Elliott, and like, then there's lazy people over here. And I'd say like I'm somewhere in the middle, but I just need to get back on the discipline, more discipline, just get the shit done that I said I'm going to get done. But it gets hard because I'm like, go to sleep at 2, wake up at 8, wake up at 7:30. Some mornings I have to wake up a little bit earlier to drive to Phoenix for a meeting or whatever. And yes, dude, it's a grind, and I should enjoy it a lot more than I do. But anyway, that's that's what I'm working on. That's what I got to get back into. So I said that last week though. Last week I was like, every single day we're going to get this. But it's hard when this isn't set up, because like today it took me forever to set this up, set that up, get that going. And then I've got it going on to the T7. I got to take the T7 out. I got to plug it into my computer. I've got to open up DaVinci. I've got to color grade it. I've got to edit it. I've got to chop out the shit. I've got to put audio or put music to it. And then I got to export it. Then I got to upload it. It's like, it's just that part. That's like a whole hour plus or minus how much I talk. But it's good quality. Like, goddamn, that looks good. What I was doing wrong, I think, or what I was doing before, is I would run the Blackmagic straight into my camera, and then I would film in 1080 on OBS Studio. And, that worked fine. I guess that worked just fine. And like, I've got the audio going straight into the camera. I could do that also. Then you don't get the nice crispy quality. I think I'm exporting it at 1080 anyway. Going from 6K to 1080, dude. This is crazy. Anyway, okay. I'll quit babbling. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably going to be more short and sweet every day. Just got to get consistent with it. Get back on it, dude. I've got so much. I don't know how, when I had when I was living with my ex and when all that was happening, I gotta film a video. I just felt like my life was 100 times more stressful, but I was getting more done. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say getting more done because I didn't have any clients. But it felt like I was able to, boom, film this, edit this, put this one up, do this video, like in that world. But with the client stuff, it gets very exhausting, man, traveling and connecting with people and doing all of that. But anyway, day 145, we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 146. Okay, bye.